Hi there, and thank you for joining the free webinar Study Your Degree in January 2021 at London School of Commerce. My name is Hugo Bustamante. I am recruitment manager for Global Studies. And Global Studies is an educational agency which gives you advice about different destinations where you can study. For example, if you want to study abroad in the UK, USA, Australia, Germany, Spain, Ireland, Malta, and other destinations, you have just to contact us. You have here, for example, our WhatsApp and our email address, and we will help you with all the process application. If you want to study with undergraduate or postgraduate courses, you can contact us. And today, we will be talking about London School of Commerce. London School of Commerce has become one of the largest independent higher education providers in the UK, based in the world's financial centre of London, 3 minutes away from London Bridge Station. LSE delivers a range of well-established business and management programs with its university partners, such as Suffolk University, Bedfordshire University, and now we have a special guest. He is Vishal Sharma. He is an MBA graduated in international business with a strong zeal for marketing and a passion for education. He has been working in the British education sector for almost a decade with multiple universities and colleges to design marketing plans along with global strategies on student recruitment. He is head of international marketing at London School of Commerce. And I would like to introduce Vishal to you.
Hello, hi guys.
Hi Vishal, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Hugo?
Fine, thank you. Vishal, could you please explain us about London School of Commerce
Right.
a little bit before we can show a video?
Sure. So guys, hi guys, my name is Vishal. I'm going to be explaining a little bit about London School of Commerce to you. Now, London School of Commerce is a college, and we have association with with a lot of universities and colleges in the UK. Now, what happens is, if you try to go and study directly in the university, you have to first of all live outside London, pretty far away. You're not living around London, and even the education degree that you're going to be spending, you have to incur a lot of costing and stuff for the football ground of the school or stuff like that. So what we try to do is we try to provide you the same level of education while you're living in central London, you're working and you're attending classes in central London. The campus in central London is at London Bridge. It's literally a stone throw away. I think we are the closest school to London Bridge, the famous London Bridge. We do have our campuses. We have multiple locations. LSE at the moment has existence in about 11 countries. We have our campus in Malta. We have a campus in India, in Armenia, in Serbia, and the group is growing faster than ever. Our flagship program is usually an MBA, but we do provide education at bachelor's level, master's level, and even at doctorate. At the moment, we are dealing with University of Suffolk. For instance, just to give you a brief example, if you try to study masters in University of Suffolk, for instance, you will end up paying about £9,500 or so. But because you're studying at London School of Commerce, you can pursue the same education and get the same degree at a price which is possibly as low as £6,000 or £7,000. So you save about £3,000 right there. Now, we also have a massive mix of international students, as London is a preferred destination for many. So, you might be surprised that you are sitting in your classroom, meet someone from your area perhaps, and you can definitely be friends. We do have teaching facilities, the teaching assistants, libraries, and whatever support you need from the school. So potentially, I hope to see many of you all and answer your questions if you have any doubts for me.
Thank you, Vishal. Vishal, this is a good moment to invite all European students that are interested in studying a degree at
Yep.
LSC. Yes,
Yeah.
if they are interested in starting their programs in January or February, yes,
Yep.
for this 2021. And I want to invite everybody that is watching this presentation that if they have questions, they can write them down during the
Sure.
presentation.
Yep.
And after the presentation, Vishal will help us answering the questions. And Vishal, we have a video, yes, to show London School of Commerce. I
Yeah.
think it would be good to share it with
Perfect.
you right now,
Yep.
and then we will continue with you.
Excellent.
Within easy reach of one of the world's busiest commercial centres, our college offers a wide range of competitively priced courses in business, management and IT. Our MBA programme is the largest in Europe. We also offer accelerated bachelor's degrees. All of our courses lead to internationally recognised and accredited degrees at graduate and postgraduate level. We also offer flexible entry points on all our courses with 6 intakes a year, allowing you to decide when you want to start studying. Designed with you in mind, the aim of our courses is to further your understanding of global business while simultaneously broadening your knowledge and life experience.
Welcome. My name is Lord Tomlinson. I'm the chairman of the advisory committee at this institution. I just want to tell you a little bit about it because it is my personal belief that high quality higher education is something that equips you fully for a great career and a great contribution to the society in which you live. That is the sort of education that this institution provides. I hope that when you have seen what we have to say, you will be as convinced as I am of the quality of the higher education at this institution, and we look forward to being able to show it to you directly when you perhaps join us as a student.
There is a huge difference between my city in Brazil. I come from the Amazon. Firstly, I would say the diversity. I really fell in love with the diversity that we found in London. I think the challenge made me grow. I see myself a better person. I see myself like not really selfish anymore. I start thinking of other people that are totally different from me, and I start respecting them. Studying in London really gives you the experience that you'll never find anywhere else.
Studying in such a great city has its own benefits. London isn't just a place, it's an experience. It's undoubtedly a city that boasts an abundance of opportunities that we encourage our students to take advantage of. Not only is it the centre of business, banking and commerce, it also offers world-renowned restaurants, bars, museums, theatres, landmark architecture, open-air markets and excellent shopping opportunities. The choices are almost endless.
My name is Sheikh Ahmed Fufana. I am from Sierra Leone in West Africa. I've completed my MBA at this college and I'm now pursuing my PhD in Organization Development. The college environment is quite okay. We have social events that makes networking or friendship making quite easy. I look at life and the world entirely in a different way now, quite open and more professionally grounded.
My name is Stephanie Limuaco. I'm originally from the Philippines and I'm doing my MBA studies here at the college. And for me as a young professional doing my MBA in this college, I feel like I have a sense of mission, I have a goal bigger than what I would have back home probably in the Philippines.
We are proactively expanding, adding international campuses on an ongoing basis and are constantly adding to the range of courses and facilities we offer. We are a truly global institution with campuses all over the world. Our students pride themselves on pass rates close to 95%. After graduating, many of our alumni have gone on to careers with blue-chip companies. Some have even started their own successful businesses, as a result of the educational and personal support they received from the staff and industry-leading faculty at our college.
Hi, I'm Gemma and I look after the student welfare and organise all social events here at the college. As you can see, there are many reasons why you should consider us when choosing your further education options. Not only will you be working towards an internationally recognised and accredited qualification, but you will also have the opportunity to live in and enjoy all the great things this city has to offer.
Well, Vishal, that was a presentation about London School of Commerce, and we would like to know more about its programs and all that. You can comment us, please.
Yep. Now, for the local students in the UK, we do have University of Suffolk. The entry is in January 2021. For the students who are wishing to study business programs, so like we have Bachelor's in Business Studies with Foundation. So it's a 4-year program. The students join the program for the foundation level and followed by 3 years of bachelor's degree. In the month of Feb, we do have University of Bedfordshire, where the students can study health and social care, foundation, followed by 3 years of bachelor's degree. And we also have business program with University of Bedfordshire. We might also have University of Batspa, but well, this is something that I'm just telling exclusively to people who are talking or listening to this right now, because we just got the news that we might have 2 more new universities joining in yesterday. So yeah, so for the audience who are listening and following us, we might have more universities coming in. So potentially for Jan, we'll have Suffolk business programs. Feb, we will have Bedfordshire business and health and social care. And I will give you much more information as I receive some.
Oh, perfect. Those are good news.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fabulous. Vishal, for example, what can you tell us about the intakes that has London School of Commerce?
We do have about, we have an intake every second month, to be honest. Like we have an intake in Jan for University of Suffolk. So in Feb, we will have University of Bedfordshire. In March, we might have a new partner and a new intake and stuff. So intakes, I mean, it's, if we know a student is interested with London School of Commerce as a brand, then we will have a lot more to offer. Idealistically, the big intakes are Feb intake, June intake, and the one in September or October, where we accept a lot of students. We do tend to get oversubscribed for some reason. Like we are expecting to have like 500 applications or so, and for the entire intake, and we get like about 800 applications within a month. So you know, we tend to get like oversubscribed very quickly. So I think if any student is intending to study, perhaps they can get in touch with Hugo and try to figure out like, you know, what documentation is needed so he can help everybody and, you know, prepare the best possible file format so the application doesn't get delayed at any point of time. But however, as far as the intakes are concerned, we do have like 3 major intakes, but we will have like smaller intakes going on throughout the year.
Oh, perfect. Yes, and everybody has to know that Global Studies and all our team will help the people that is interested in studying with London School of Commerce. As Vishal said, you just have to contact us and we will help you to prepare all documentation and all you need to apply to LSC.
Yep.
Vishal, I would ask you something. For example, would European students qualify as international students from January 2021 or September 2021?
To the information that I have from the CAS and the legal team and everything, what I've been told is all the students who are already in the UK at the moment, they will not be qualified as international students. So if someone is in the UK at the moment while we are talking right now, and let's say they haven't started studying for any reason. However, if they plan to study in Jan, their immigration status in the UK has been post 2020. So I'm pretty much sure like most of the candidates must have already applied for the residence permit or pre-settlement visas and stuff like that. So as far as they have those documentation sorted, they can apply Jan next year, they can apply September next year, doesn't really matter. They should be in the lines of home student, as far as I know at the moment. However, the students who are coming post January 2021, entering the UK for the first time, even from the European borders, they might tend to be classified as international students. So there's like a pretty gray area. However, I think anybody who's in the UK at the moment, y'all are already here. Students have a settlement status in the UK, so should be qualified as home students. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And you were talking a little bit about nationality mix at LSE. What type of students nationality mix has Suffolk and Bedfordshire University, for example?
Well, we were just trying to like check the statistics and stuff. So LSE has got over 122 different nationality-based students, right? And it was amazing that we have candidates who are coming from islands like Comoros is a country, Reunion is a country, right? And we have even students from those parts of the world who are in. We have a student who is from Bhutan. The population of the country is like literally minimal, but we have a candidate sitting in the class. So it's really amazing to see how far has LSE gone, and I think it just echoes amongst all the students, because LSE's motto has always been like providing quality education at the most affordable prices. So we are not really keen on getting like super rich students. We are looking for students who have the passion, the desire to change what position they are in the life at the moment. And that is the reason, even if the student is coming and sitting in the class, they would possibly find like-minded people in the classroom. And there's a funny story as well. We had two students coming in, one from Bangladesh, and I think we had another English student in the class. And both of them met each other in the classroom, and they became entrepreneurs. And they launched a business together, and they have a restaurant chain in the UK called Wrap It Up, and they are LSE alumni. Similarly, we have stories from a South African and an Indian girl who met together, started a wine company together, right? So it's the possibilities are amazing. I mean, most of our students at the moment, we do have a lot of students coming from a Latin American background, where students are coming from while ethnicity is concerned, they're from Ecuador, Bolivia, Colombia, Mexico. But everybody at the moment, like most of the students have Spanish nationality, Italians, like Brazilians who are having Italian passport at the moment. We do have like a lot of local students as well. So mostly what you can expect is there's bits and bobs of every country. But as far as the students from LATAM is concerned, I think you might find a lot of people in the class speaking Spanish. And likewise, you will have a lot of people from Africa, subcontinent of Asia. So it's quite a very, very good mix in the classroom. I mean, I wouldn't say that one particular ethnicity or one particular background has taken over the whole classroom. No, it doesn't work like that. We have a very, very good balance in the class.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. It's really good to be learning in a mixed context. And Michelle, talking about European students, for example, I would like to ask you, from January 2021, would European students need to apply for a Tier 4 visa? Would they need to show maintenance for the visa?
Well, the new students who might come into the UK, we are yet to hear any sort of visa guidelines. But as far as the trade agreements are happening, I think Brexit, even Boris Johnson is trying to have some sort of a deal with the European Parliament, and there is nothing which is black and white at the moment, to the best of my knowledge. But I think it is still the visa rules might not be as stringent for the European nationals compared to the rest of the world. But if it is a no-deal Brexit and nothing happens, obviously it's a very politically induced question. I wouldn't really know, because But we can just anticipate, as being into the education field, we do have concerns about how the student visas are going to happen. We do have concerns and curiosity. A lot of people are talking about different things in the market, like, and students tend to get very nervous. And obviously, what we can only provide is like the best possible information that we have with us at the moment. So I think as of now, I don't think the new students who are entering to the UK for the first time from the European countries, for me, I don't really think that they have to apply for, they have to definitely apply for Tier 4, but there will be some sort of exemptions, in my view. Something more like, for instance, if someone is coming from America to the UK, or someone is coming from Australia to the UK, they don't need to give IELTS exam, as you're aware of it. Because their previous education has been from America, they're coming from the highly English, majority English-speaking country, so they don't need IELTS. However, students coming from other parts of the world, like Nepal, or students coming from South Africa, they need to do IELTS, right? So in terms of that, everybody has to apply for Tier 4, but the rules might be different, perhaps country to country basis. That's what I think, because even with regards to maintenance purposes, I think students who are coming from, from US or Australia, they also have a different maintenance rules. So I think they will have to apply for Tier 4 visa, but there has to be some sort of subsidies or exemptions given to the European students. Yeah.
Okay. Vishal, can we explain students more about the foundation course?
Right. Now, what happens is, like, most of the times, candidates who are studying in an education system, which is not like British education system, we have something called as NARIC in the UK, where we try to compare the foreign education as in lines with the British education. Now, a candidate studying in a French education system normally tends to get a high school, the schooling. Then they have baccalaureate, and then they have a bachelor's. In Spanish system, it is something like a schooling, then bachiller and bachelor's degree. Now, it may happen that a baccalaureate from X country, which is a high school, is not equivalent to the high school in the UK. For instance, the candidates coming from Morocco have a high school from Morocco, but that's not equivalent for a high school in the UK. So these candidates who are coming from Morocco cannot have first-year education in the bachelor's degree. So what happens is, like, there are programs called as foundation. It can also happen that you have got a baccalaureate or high school from your country, which is equivalent to high school in the UK. However, your high school majority was in arts, and now you're applying to study business. So there are two different fields. So there can be a lot of difficulties for a candidate coming from an arts background to get for the first year of education in the British bachelor system. So we tend to have this program called Foundation, which, as per the name goes, is foundation before you make your building out there. So during the foundation year, the students are prepared about how to do the assignments, how to do the research on the internet, because British education system is not like a taught education system where the teacher teaches everything in the class, you learn it, you memorize it, and you write exams. No, people have to do research over here, do references, have Howard referencing system, even do dissertation or business plans as per the business plans which you have to submit to the banks when you're applying for a business loan. So it's very, very practical, the education system. And candidates coming from a non-British education background find it very difficult. So what happens is that universities are aware of this. So if they feel that the candidate might struggle, they don't put the candidate for the first year straight away, because no matter how much passion the students have, and if the students fail for the first year for whatever reason, it's not their fault. So that foundation year brings you so much of strength and builds your backbone so strong that now you can fight for the next 3 years of your life, have a bachelor's degree with a distinction or a merit or a first class, which can definitely help you to find jobs, because your degree itself has a value, but it doesn't have a value unless you have it with distinction or with, it definitely gives you an edge. So it's very important if candidates are coming from non-British education system to get to the foundation level first. I hope if students have understood this. If you haven't, let me know. I'll try to explain myself again. One small thing I'll try to explain is the education system in the UK is based on NQF levels, which is National Qualification Framework level. So you got NQF level 2, which is a high school in the UK or any part of the world. When you go for the first year of bachelor's, it's a level 4. The second year of your bachelor's is level 5. The third year of your bachelor's is level 6. When you finish your bachelor's degree, the degree itself is a level 6 degree, right? So if you have a level 2 and you're trying to come to level 4, which is the first year of bachelor's, it might be a problem because you're jumping one level completely. So it depends really. Education, the admission department in the school also tries to help. Well, in some certain cases, the students don't want to study foundation. Then we try to use NARIC as the equivalence to check your grading scale. How much marks have you got in your previous education, your high school or bachelor, and do you qualify? If you qualify, it's perfect. If you don't, obviously, then you have to do foundation.
Okay, thank you, Vishal. Many students ask this question. In order to get admission at LSE universities, it is enough to provide the pre-settlement status, or they need the settlement status?
At the moment, pre-settlement is fine. As far as they have pre-settlement, because candidates who have a pre-settlement card, they would also have the nationality or, like a Spanish ID or something, and it's completely fine. So even if the candidates who have not applied for the pre-settlement, I mean, you still have a lot of time right now that you can still apply for it before the Brexit happens. So try to keep one form of ID with you. Like if you have your passport and you have your ID card from Spain, for example, try to keep a photocopy of your ID card or a photocopy of your passport and apply for your online pre-settlement thing. Once you get it, it is always advised to have a pre-settlement, because if I put myself in the shoes of a Spanish student, I think living in the UK with the Spanish nationality post Brexit, it might have a gray area. The political environment between countries and between the Union and Parliament in the EU might go up and down. However, like everybody, all of you all have to take care of your own personal agendas as well in life, right? So try to apply for pre-settlement is what I would appeal to everybody. If you have it, it is possibly the best and the strongest document for living in the UK. If you don't, as of now, even with your Spanish passport and ID, you can still apply to study with us. However, you have to apply for pre-settlement for your funding or your in the latter stages of your life. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. Please, could you give us an idea? How are the international interviews at LSE universities? What tips can we recommend to students? How long it takes? Is over the phone, via Zoom? What can you tell us about this?
Right. Now, for me, I don't really know if everybody has read about me or not, but in the last 10 years that I've been working, I've worked in marketing, I've worked in admission, I've worked in the CAS team, so I've worked in the visa team. So I have a thorough knowledge on what we are looking forward for the students. What does the school wants to see? Now, just to let everybody know that in the UK, there is a rule that any college or the university which has more than 10% visa refusal, they might have a jeopardy, in a very shallow waters in terms of their education license. That is the reason most of the schools and universities tend to have a lot of interviewing process for the students, just to make sure that the students are 100% sure about how to answer the questions during the visa interview, if there is a visa interview. So the process goes up in a way. First, everybody has to provide their documents. Now, their passport, your education documents, your CV, and your personal statement. It comes on the admission tables desk. An admission officer will go through everything. And now they will try to figure out a couple of things. They will try to establish, are you a genuine student? Now, a genuine student knows why he's studying. What are the dreams in my dreams in life? How can I achieve it? And everybody can give an answer very genuinely. Like, for instance, if I'm buying this pen, why do I want to buy this particular pen, right? So these are, by the way, your visa questions as well. Your immigration officer, your visa officers, even when you land in the UK and at the airport, they might ask you all these basic questions just to establish you're a genuine student. So you need to know why you're planning to study. There have been cases that I've interviewed students who applied for business course, and I asked them, why do you want to study business? And I got the reply as, well, I want to get a job in accountancy. So that makes me ask the question, if you want to have a job in accountancy, why are you studying business? Why you don't study accounting, right? So all of these questions make a lot of sense, and students need to make sure that you know exactly what you are planning to study and what kind of jobs you're going to apply for after this particular education. So you need to know you are in the right course, right? If you, as I just mentioned, if you want to study accountancy, then accounting is the degree, not business. You need to know, you need to do a couple of research online, because for international students, it's a lot of it. You're putting a lot of things online. You are trying to move countries. You are trying to come to a new country for the first time. You are trying to make a decision for your life, and it's not a small decision. So at the school and even at the visa officers, there is an expectation to figure out, is this candidate having the passion? For instance, if you ask me about why did you choose this school, and I tell you like, oh, because my friends suggested so, or my uncle asked me to do so. Now this is one candidate or one profile. The second profile would be like, the ranking of LSE is providing a certificate from University of Bedfordshire. The ranking of University of Bedfordshire is 112. I compared it with London Metropolitan University, London South Bank University, and one more university, and they were ranked at 125, 128, and 130th. I had to spend money, so I had to make sure I'm spending right money. You can understand the difference between the two candidates. So try to have some research. Try to demonstrate that you're not someone who just has money, so trying to come in to study. No, you have to show that you have ambition, you have passion, you are so prepared and so focused in life that you're literally like a businessman even before you came to study. That's how an investor would think. Like, if I'm investing my money, I want to know how much fees I'm going to pay. I want to know the value of my certificate. I want to know, and I want to get a best deal. I don't want to pay £15,000 and get a degree from a university which is 122 when I can pay 9,000 and get from 121. Yes, I'm compromising with one rank, but I'm paying half the price, right? So try to demonstrate things which are which I would say genuinely would impress anybody. Try to have a clear passion, a clear ambition, a bit of research, and obviously, even if I think candidates can do half of it, I'm pretty much sure global studies and I'll try to help you all, and we together as a team will try to push you. So don't really worry about that. Most of the questions are going to be in line about just to determine these things. Which course, which university, why this course, what is your passion in life, what is your dream in life, does this course help you to achieve that dream in life, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Perfect, Vishal. Thank you. And could you please tell us more about the study skills program, how long it takes, who takes this program, what modules are taught in this program?
Right. So the study skills program is something that LSE has incorporated. What we do is, initially we were taking a lot of students, we were interviewing everybody, and we were putting all the students straight into the foundation year. Now we realize that when the students are coming for foundation year, they are still struggling about how to do the assignment. They are struggling about writing essays, because we do have mature candidates as well. We do have students who are like 21-year-old, and we have someone who's 40 as well, trying to study. It is very difficult for someone who's been away from education for 5 years, 10 years to come back into education, because the learning process for them is slower than the one who are like 21. So what we figured out, a lot of students were failing. So we had a meeting, the teaching staff, the management, and we tried to figure out where exactly the students are failing. So we realized that the students are struggling to do assignments. Students are struggling to do the research. Students are struggling to, to do references. People don't understand the concept of plagiarism. And by the time they were on foundation and they were finishing their first semester, a lot of them were failing. So we tried to bring something called a study skills program. Now, in study skills program, we are going to teach a student everything that a student should know when they start studying a bachelor's degree in the UK. So we're going to teach the student how to write the assignments, how to do the essay, how to do the research, where to do the research from. We're possibly going to teach how to use e-journals, how to do the e-books, and reference checks. We'll try to bring something in light of in the minds of the students that you cannot just copy and paste from the internet, because there is something called as plagiarism in the UK. So if you copy and paste, it's almost like sitting in an exam with an open book and copying everything. That's not how it works. So we are going to teach you the concept of plagiarism, how to do your research, put your research in your own words and write your own thesis or your own work. So all of this is study skills, as the name suggests, skills to study. Once students finish their study skills classes, which is approximately 24 hours of learning. So students have to come online at the moment because of the COVID, 2 days a week. So it's for 2 weeks, 6 hours first week, 12 hours, and 6 hours second week, 24 hours. Once that is done, we then try to take like a test from the students. And during the test, we'll ask exactly the same sort of question. So how do you do the research? And the answer could be as simple as, well, I'm going to go on the Google. I'm going to type, marketing information in UK. I'm going to read. I will understand everything. And I will write in my own words. That's how you do research. So that's how simple the answers are. But students need to know all of these things. So once you pass your study skills, you come on to the main program.
Perfect. Thank you, Vishal. Tell me, can a student with the level 3 BTech business course apply for direct entry?
Yes, they can. They can. But it depends on the admission team of the university as well. As LSE is a college now, we have affiliation with the universities. Sometimes it happens the students do qualify. However, because they have studied their level 3 programs in their home countries, for instance, in Romania or in Ecuador or in Spain, they haven't really studied in English. So if during the interview, the interviewer feels that, yes, you do qualify to go for direct entry, however, your English level is not that strong, then they will suggest you to go for foundation, because foundation also brushes up on your English. So during the foundation, they will not teach you basics of English, because you're expected to know basics of English, but it'll during your foundation, they will teach you the professional way to read and write English. So you can utilize that 1 year of foundation, not only to learn how to read, write, understand study skills, but prepare yourself for the first year of your bachelor. So technically, students do qualify, but if the interviewer feels that their English level is weak or they have a lot of immaturity, then the candidates have to do the foundation.
Okay. Vishal, tell us, for example, if a student fails the interview during the interview, we can schedule a second opportunity.
We can. So, for instance, if a student fails the first round of interview, we can schedule the student again. However, there are certain things which are like red flags. So if the student is reading from somewhere, it's a problem. If the student has some other person who's prompting the answer, now if all of those things happen, then it's malpractice, and then the students are not considered. However, if the student is trying and then genuinely failed because the interview thought about, the candidate was not optimum levels and stuff, then each candidate gets like 3 opportunities. So once you fail, we call it something as a recall, the second recall, and the third time if you fail, then you're out of the system. Now, during a recall, you cannot be interviewed by the same interviewer again. So if interview 1 has failed you, then you are going to have the second interview with interviewer 2 or interview B. If you fail there as well, then interview 3. So if 3 different people say that you don't have the caliber, that's it. Because I think it's a fair system. Sometimes an interviewer and the student don't really have that vibe or that communication smoothness or something. You don't strike the right chord, and people might fail. So it's wrong to give only one chance. So we do give 3 chances.
Okay, thank you. Vishal, for example, if we submit IELTS or Duolingo exam results, is needed the interview and a study skills program? What scores are needed?
We For international students, we do have an access that students can do Duolingo or they can do IELTS because it's a part of immigration law. For the local students now, study skills is not about English. Study skills is more than English. Study skills is like, I mean, even if I speak like perfect English, if I don't know how to do Harvard referencing, if I don't know how to do my assignment, it will be very, very difficult for me to get onto the main course, learn about the studies that the teacher is teaching me, also learn about how to do the Harvard referencing, also learn about plagiarism, also learn about how to write my assignment, because I've never done that in my life. So it will become very, very difficult for candidates coming from non-British education background. So if it was purely on the basis of English, then yes, something could have been done. However, study skills is something that nobody can skip. You have to do study skills for local students. And for foundation as well. If at all things are bad, then you have to do foundation. Now, University of Bedfordshire sometimes tends to put students with a condition of IELTS. However, under that scenario, if the students have a Duolingo score of 100, we can try to negotiate with the admission team in the main university. Also, if the candidates have IELTS, that's lovely. But IELTS and Duolingo is only for English, but study skills and stuff or foundation is not only about English. It's about the way to study as well. Yep.
Perfect. Vishal, there is something else you would like to tell to European students that want to apply to LSE for, say, January or February intake. What else could you recommend? What else would you want to tell us about that?
Well, the European students in the UK, try to not waste much of your time. Try to take like the prerequisites from Hugo, or try to figure out. All you need to apply right now is a copy of your passport, a copy of your education, and a copy of your CV. As far as you have these 3 documents with you, just email it to Hugo, or you can WhatsApp, or whichever way you like to communicate. Once it is with global studies, your file preparation starts. You don't have to fill up your application form, a personal statement, and as soon as the file is ready, we can get you interviewed in as quickly as 2 or 3 working days. Now, why I'm trying to tell you that do not waste time is, as I previously mentioned, at LSE, if you come and see the campus, you will realize what I'm trying to say. As one part of the campus, you can see the Shard, and you can walk out of the campus in 2 minutes. You are at London Bridge, like literally 2 minutes of walking distance. The campus has like an amazing diversity. When you're trying to compare with other colleges or other university campuses in London, you don't see that. The other university campuses in London would be in Peterborough, which is way far away outside London. Would be possibly around Canary Wharf, but even in South Keys. So in terms of location and everything, it is amazing. And people also take a lot of pride in like, oh, I studied in London Bridge. Now you can tell someone even in Japan and they know about London Bridge. If you say I studied at London Bridge, people know and people can talk like, oh yes, we know. But if you say you studied in South Keys, you studied in Canary Wharf, people don't know. So in many aspects, it is a matter of pride. A lot of students. So we do get like oversubscribed very quickly, because technically, if there are 100 seats in the classroom, we cannot take 110 students because we don't have that many seats. So as I was mentioning, like a small example would be every time we have an intake or the intake interviews start, if we have a target of 300 students, we have 500 files in the first week of interview, like as soon as the interviews open. So you can imagine the high influx of files coming in, and the first 300 students get admission. The other ones have to wait for another 2 months. So forwarding the documents like your passport, education, and CV, you already have it made. So don't waste time. forward it straight, at least Hugo will start processing the file. Now, as soon as your files are in, we can try to provide you some sort of a flyer or a leaflet or something, where I would advise everybody to go through the modules or the subjects that you're going to study. I would advise to try to figure out how much is the tuition fee. Try to just go on Google Maps or Google Images. Try to type London School of Commerce. See exactly where the location is, Once you get all of these things, it's like you painting your own personality and you're painting your brain that this is what I'm going to do, right? Now, once you buy the idea that, yes, I want to study here and I know what I'm going to learn and I know about the school, you don't need to worry about the interviews. You're prepared already, because what do you think the interviewer can ask you? He will ask you why you want to study. He will ask you, what do you know about the course? And if you say, I know it's a 4-year course, I know I'm going to study marketing, finance and accounting, and this is the fee, your job is done. Of course, you pass, and then you get onto the PQP. And if you genuinely want to study, obviously, it's a wonderful opportunity. I'm pretty much sure people who are struggling in life at the moment, working in cleaning, working in security and stuff, I'm pretty much sure you all are more than that. Don't delay things in life. Take the step and take a leap of faith. Push yourself. You can do it. I mean, there's no point in delaying your dreams, is what I would say. Get everything done as quick as possible. Provide the documents, and we'll go forward with it. We'll help you to make your dreams come true.
Yes, Vishal. That's really, really important. As you said, this is a moment to keep on walking and do not let your dreams wait.
Yep.
Thank you, Vishal. Thank you for your presence today, for answering these questions and helping the people to fulfill their dreams.
Yes. Cheers, guys. Thank you. And if you have any questions, just feel free to contact me. I'll definitely let you know. All right.
Vishal. Well,
thank you so much.
Be sharing with you another day, I think. Thank you for coming today, and bye.
Yes. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Bye.